And welcome to Sports Talk on the Friday night edition. We are live on the WJRG television network. I'm Dr. Jerry Green, along with my good friend, Big Don from Big Don Production. What's up, Dono?
Everything's good.
All right. And all the way from Frederick, Maryland, my brother-in-law, one of our football specialists, Brother Larry Pearson. What's up, Larry?
Doing great. Get ready to return back to the Super Bowl.
Oh, please. Larry, we're tired of hearing that. All right, but anyway. Okay. One of the greatest pastors in the world, Pastor Leah, just celebrated a 10-year anniversary at the church. A guy that I go way back 40 years. We saw the Magic Johnson first game together, and Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard fight together. Pastor Walter Teague. What's up, my brother?
Doing well. God bless. How's everyone?
Another football legend as well. And our sports legend that's writing in my Jerry Green's newsletter that's coming out probably in a couple of days. He has a great topic that's going to be in the newsletter. Anthony McLean. What's up, my brother?
Doing good. Actually, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night's fight as well.
Oh, okay. We're going to talk about the fight.
Sure, yes, sir.
Kendall come on so Kendall can talk about the fight a little bit. But Larry, I'm going to hand it over to you. You're my football man. You walk, and Anthony and Bishop and Donald and myself, we know a little bit, but you guys are the specialists. But Larry, this is probably on your topic, but I do want to ask you one question real fast. Is Green Bay for real, yes or no?
We're going to start off with that. Green Bay is for real.
Go ahead, brother. It's on you. Go ahead.
That's the first topic of the day. You know, last week as we was talking, I said Green Bay is on the number one or number two in the NFC. You know,
yes, you did.
I ain't putting nobody down. I ain't going against my Kansas City Chiefs, but I can see talent. When I see Green Bay out there, they got all the pieces together.
Okay.
Every situation they can play in. They got a great quarterback. Jacobs doing a great job running. They are dominating people right now. You know, they're very physical. They got a great quarterback and their coach. The offensive coordinator is outstanding. You know, I watched him pick apart Washington last night. Not only with the run, with the pass. I mean, it looked like they were just having their day. You know, so what are your comments? Because it looked like Green Bay. Now, hear this from me. Green Bay may go to the Super Bowl. I know they're going to be an NFC championship, but they may go to the Super Bowl.
All right,
Start with you, Pastor.
Go ahead. He called Pastor.
Pastor, I mean, Green Bay definitely has a good team. We were talking about it, as I said, on last week. We were talking about Michael Parsons. We say he just adds to it. They already had a great defense. I mean, this kid's Cooper and Gary, and their defense was good. Van Ness, and you add Michael Parsons, a disruptor there, you know, one of the all-time great. So now that defense goes to the next level. But like you were saying, with their coach, he's been there for, 7 years or something like that, and he's been always offensive coordinator. So he's really comfortable with the plays. They got a lot of young wide receivers. They got a good young team. And they got this thing going on all the way back to Bart Starr. 27 years old. The quarterback is 27 years old. He won the Super Bowl. From Bart Starr to Roger, from Aaron Rodgers to who am I missing? Favre. They all won the Super Bowl at 27 years of age. And Love is 27 this year. Will be 27 this year. But anyway, besides that, they look good. They are definitely going to be a vulnerable, a very challenging foe for the Eagles. You see what they did to Washington. I mean, they made it. The score wasn't even that close. The game wasn't that close. You know, yeah.
But one thing I like to say, they got the youngest team in the NFL, average age 25 years old, and they got a squad that's going to be around for a while.
Yeah, they've had the youngest team for the last 3 years.
Yes.
And no cap problems from what I can gather, because once they signed Parsons, you know, they took up, you know, they gave him basically what the Cowboys didn't do. The scary thing with them is he's still only playing part-time. He's still learning the defense. Could you imagine once he gets the whole defensive playbook down, where they can, not just because they've been playing them mainly on third down, but once he gets the playbook down, they're going to be even scarier. I mean, you still want to be a little cautious because it's 2 weeks and it's still long. But hey, they're put it this way, they're putting out notice. They're putting out notice at the very least. They're going to be in.
And they don't have to play him all the time, man, because the guy he's replacing, Van Ness, is a first-round draft pick, and he came in and took his spot. So now they just shuffling back and forth, you know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bishop.
It's barring injuries or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, I heard you, Larry, and good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm not buying it. Yeah, they are a very, very good team.
Why you not buying it, Bishop?
I'm not buying it.
Why not? Man, talk to me.
I'm not buying it. I mean, Green Bay is a good team, a very good team. I'm not going to take that away from them. But what I am going to say is it's only 2 games into the season. Let's wait and see what happens. But when they get to U.S. Bank Stadium, the train wrecks right there. Not for the Vikings either.
Pastor Wall shaking his head.
I will see. I will wait. You know why? And I'm going to this ain't no prediction. This is a spoiler. Green Bay is going to be like they were last year, and they'll almost make it. No, I don't see it. Minnesota's winning the NFC North. Green Bay will be in the playoffs, but they're going home at least by the second round. My prediction.
Go ahead, Kendall.
Spoiler.
I'm not a Green Bay fan, but to me, they have looked better than I would have thought. And I was literally trying to think if they have at least defensively looked like the best team in the NFC. I'm looking at, Philadelphia. I mean, I didn't call it. They're not on my radar. But has there ever been an instance in which a man was traded from one team to the next team and they ended up being the defensive MVP? Because if this guy continues, he has 2 sacks, maybe he's on track to get 16, 18 sacks or something like that, and that defense continues to play like that, then after 2 games, Micah Parsons is the NFL's defensive MVP. Right now?
No.
What's the name for Cleveland?
Go ahead, Pastor Larry. Stick around, Larry.
Yeah. Miles Garrett. No.
Well, Miles Garrett, of course.
Yeah,
But
man.
I'm saying we got to go with the popular pick.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm glad you prefaced it like that.
Yeah. The popular. Miles Garrett is all. He's probably the best player in the whole league.
So, Donna, give me your opinion on Green Bay.
Well, I'm going to go with Bishop on this one. I don't see it. I don't see them heading all the way to the championship this year. Maybe next year, but I don't see it this year. Their defense, we all have to agree that the defense I've picked up. Jordan Love is the quarterback, one of my favorites, but I don't see it.
All right. Well, I'll give you my opinion. I watched the 2 games that they played too, and Green Bay do look good. Now I got to see the other teams too. They beat 2 good teams too, Washington Commanders, and they beat the Detroit Lions. It's not like they beat the Giants or 2 scrubby teams. So I mean, if they beat somebody like Philly or the Chiefs, then I got to give them their due, man. Larry, turn yourself around, man, on the screen. Right, so I got to give them their due.
They first play Minnesota on November 23rd, and then they host Philly on a Monday night in November as well. So we'll know a lot more about them once they play them 2 teams as well.
So Bishop, if they win those 2 games, would you give them their due then a little bit? You on mute or something? Can't hear you. Can't hear you, Bishop.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you. Larry, give us another topic.
Okay, next topic is going to be Kansas City and Philly.
Ooh.
On paper, it looks like Philadelphia has a better team since Kansas City got a couple of receivers out. The number 1 receiver won't be back to the 7th game. And Worthy, he's questionable. He should be back game 3, but he might play. He might play on Sunday. But I think Philly has right now. I think they are not going on all cylinders. If I was a betting man, I bet on Philly right now for this game, but I'm going with Kansas City because of Mahomes, and I know they're playing in Kansas City. It's a revenge game, and I think Kansas City going to pull it out.
But Larry, did you just say that Philly's not playing on all cylinders? What about Kansas City? Are they playing on all cylinders or what?
They missing the top two receivers, but Worthy might is questionable because he's been practicing. He might play, but you got Hollywood Brown. You got some more receivers that can make a difference.
Okay, so you go with
I'm going with Kansas City because that's who I came with.
There you go. What about you, Pastor?
Well, yeah, I think that from what I've seen, only game one though, Philly don't look the same. I mean, they're a young team. They're missing a lot of their veterans that keep them focused. For whatever reason, they just didn't look the same. They won, but their defense isn't that same defense that got after the Chiefs last year. I'm going with Kansas City because I think they don't want to go down 0-2. I know it's early. They still make the playoffs, but it's a statement game. And I just think, to me, Pat Mahomes, we've been talking about, he's like that Michael Jordan thing. I think he's got that. Even when I watched the game last week, it seemed like he was trying to match Hurts. He went running. He rushed for more yards than Hurts, actually. But, yeah, I just think he's got that moxie about him. I don't think he's going to let Kansas City lose, even if he got to win the game by himself. So I'm going with Kansas City.
Kendra, go ahead, bro.
To me, Super Bowl preview. I don't think Pat Mahomes is going down 0-2. I don't think he's having it at home. I still think that these are the two teams that I'm going to ride on my horse all the way to the Super Bowl. I think it's a good matchup, a good gauge situation. I mean, it's going to leave Green Bay undefeated because, Philadelphia may not get out of Kansas City undefeated.
Go ahead, Bishop.
Hard call, but I do think for the first time in 7 years, they're going 0-2.
I agree with you.
I'm riding Philly with this one. And the factor to me is because watching Kansas City these past games, they're not the same team. Kelsey's not as effective as he used to be. They got a guy that's got all kinds of butter on his fingers. He can't even hold his last name, let alone the ball. Pacheco is not Pacheco that we remember, the beast. He still got the attitude, but he just ain't got the wherewithal to get there. Pat Mahomes will do all he can do, but at the end of the day, if he don't get some help, he got to dial his own version of 911. So I'm going Philly by a touchdown.
Right, Anthony, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Eagles as well. As long as Carter doesn't spit on anybody before the game, I think they'll have the defensive edge more than anything else. And I'm not sure if that defense can. I think this is the week where maybe Barkley busted out because Dallas was keying on him last week. I think it'll be a back and forth. I think it might be one of those last second things where Philly pulls it out in the end.
Go ahead, John. If I get my pitch.
I'm going with the Chiefs because they'll mind 2-0. They don't want to be 3-0 from losing to them last year either. So I'm thinking I liked everything that Pastor said. I'm going to back him up. I think Mahomes is not going to let this happen.
All right, my opinion, I'm going with Philly because I just think Philly got their number. Okay, I think Philly got the Chiefs' number. Now, they figured them out last year in the Super Bowl, and I still think they got enough to beat Kansas City. Sorry, Larry, but I got to go with Philly, man. They're going to be 0-2 because Philly is the champs. They got the ingredients to beat Pat Mahomes, and they're not afraid of Pat Mahomes. And I think they can go into Kansas City and they get the job done. I'm going with Philly. Because you got to remember, the Cowboys is the Cowboys. You're going to play according to your competition. Philly going to be just as much up for this game as Kansas City going to be up for this game. And they want to prove it wasn't no fluke in the Super Bowl. So I'm going with Philly on this one. Sorry, Larry, 0-2, bro. We get the donut.
Can I chime in this one for you, Larry?
Yeah, get the donut, Larry. Get the donut.
If CeeDee Lamb didn't drop the ball, Cowboys would have beat Philly. I mean, he dropped it right in his hands, man. You know what I mean? Because Philly was not – I mean, they're not the same defense. They don't have Swift this year. They don't have the other – what was number 7? They're
the cornerback. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. They don't have that pass rush like they had. They don't have Graham this year. You know, they don't have that. And Carter's going to make a big difference, you know, because they got to double team him, you know, and that's going to put some other guys there. But if they don't get pressure on Pat Mahomes, he's going to light them up. They don't have that same secondary like they had last year. So I just think I think this is one of the statement games for Kansas City. Their problem is they got to stop Barkley, and their run defense ain't that good. So
they got to stop Barkley and Jalen Hurts. He can run the ball too, though. Hurts. Lamar Jackson, the rest of them. You know, I mean, he's not going to stand there and let nobody just sack him. So, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. All right, Larry, what you got?
Add to that before you move on. Philly does have some quality receivers. You know, a pretty decent tight end. So, I mean, you know, and
the tight end is out hurt. God is not playing. God is out.
He's not playing.
Oh boy.
God is out.
So I'm still sticking with Philly.
There you go.
Because Kansas City's middle is soft. Okay, that's like Carvel ice cream. It's soft.
If you want to know the real facts, if you a football man, the real facts of the last game. Kansas City tried something different in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
The first game. They went deep a lot. And their number one receiver wasn't playing, so the connection wasn't hitting off. And until they got back to their regular game, that's when they started coming back. But
yeah, because that's what their game plan was this year. With the rookie and with Worthy back, they was going to start going back to the Tyreek Hill days. And once he went out, you know, and once he ran into Kelsey and was out, they threw their whole game plan out the window. They tried it, but the other guy just couldn't catch the ball, so they had to go back with the dink and dunk.
So Larry, which team is better, the Chargers or Philly? Because I know you lost to the Chargers, right? Kansas City, game one. Which
the
team
Chargers or Philly?
Yeah.
Philly better.
Now you're talking about a rivalry. You're talking about a rivalry game, you know, and their division.
What team is the best? Chargers or Philly?
But
which team is the best?
It's gonna be a different game plan. Like this threw their game plan out the window.
That's the question. Larry, which team is the best? Philly or Chargers? Just give me a number. Give me a team.
It's Philly.
Okay.
Who's gonna win on Sunday is Kansas City.
Okay, but they could beat the Chargers, but they're gonna be Philly. Okay, I got you. All right, okay.
Okay, now I want to receive them donuts after they rock Philly. Okay.
Listen, hey, Larry. Diet has a sale on coffee, so you'll have plenty to go with them donuts. Okay?
Oh my God! All right, go ahead, Larry. Give me your next topic, bro. Unless you guys want to stay
My
on there.
next topic is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wow.
Wow.
They got a great new receiver, but
yeah, you do.
I want to focus on Baker Mayfield. We haven't focused on Baker Mayfield. He's not talked about a lot, but he's a rising quarterback coming up quick. And in clutch times, he's been money. I don't know why he ever left Cleveland, but Baker Mayfield is playing ball right now. I think he's in at least the top 10 quarterbacks in the league right now.
What you think, Ernie Bishop?
Well, I can't disagree with you. Top 10. One of his reasons I think had something to do with money when he left Cleveland, and then of course I'm gonna throw in he wanted to win for a change. So you know, he gets down there. He's got a pretty good team that he can work with. He has opportunity. He's under the radar. I'll agree with you there. Well under the radar because we don't talk much about him. But the teams that have to face him have to find out how effective he is. So we'll keep our eye on him this year. They didn't make the playoffs last year. I think
they did make the playoffs last year.
I remember the last 4 years.
Yeah, well, the bottom line is keep your eye on Baker Mayfield because we may not be talking about him, but he gonna let you know he's there.
All right, go ahead, Kendall.
Baker Mayfield's a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback who seems to perform quite well wherever he goes. He seems to suffer from that thing they did with Drew Brees. Drew Brees is what, 6 feet tall, 5 foot nothing, and he doesn't pass what they call the eye test. So of course, San Diego got rid of Drew Brees and picked up Phillip Rivers, and Drew Brees goes to New Orleans and breaks all kinds of records to win a Super Bowl. So now you got Baker Mayfield, one of those guys like Kyler Murray. Warren Moon wasn't even that big, and he's one of the only quarterbacks to have 70,000 yards, counting the CFL. Baker Mayfield is a solid NFL player. He's been one since day one. Don't sleep on him. So I mean, they say up and coming. I personally think he's been just consistent. There's never been an issue in which anybody will question whether Baker Mayfield belongs in the NFL. He's an NFL quarterback. He's been good since he's been there consistently.
All right, go ahead, Pastor Walt. Did I go with Anthony?
Yeah, Baker Mayfield had a head problem at Cleveland. You know, he had the big head. He went in there. He's thinking he was better than he was. He was a Heisman Trophy winner. And once he ate, you know, just like in the Bible, when you humble yourself, God will exalt you. And that's what happened with Cleveland. They cut him. Nobody wanted him. He came in with the Rams, and McVay got his head straight. You know, he came in, got off the bus, and that's what turned his whole career around. He came in, got off the bus, started the game for the Rams, won the game, and they was like, wow, Baker Mayfield can actually play. But since he's been at Tampa Bay, he's got a whole new attitude. You know, he's not the big head. He's humble now, and he's just playing ball. It helps to have Mike Evans there, you know, one of the great wide receivers. But they got Bucky Irvin. They drafted last year, a great, you know, young running back. But Amuka, but it's just wide receiver they got now, that boy is good. He was good at Ohio State. He might have been better than Marvin Harris Jr., but he's a professional wide receiver, man. He's good. Baker Mayfield's been consistent since he's been at Tampa Bay. That's what you most can say about him. He's been a consistent player, you know, since he's been in Tampa Bay. And he's on the top, you know, tier of quarterbacks right now.
All right, Anthony, now go with Big Don. Go ahead, Anthony.
The most important thing is he's been healthy too. It didn't help that it didn't help that Cleveland went out and got Watson and he became expendable, and it never worked in Charlotte as well. And you know, like Walt said, that one game against the Rams, I think it was a Thursday night game against the Raiders, I think it was, when he just literally came off the street and started. Literally.
Yes, he did.
And the most important thing with him is he's been healthy, and they don't necessarily, I'm not going to say he's just a system guy, but they don't ask him to win the game. They just make sure he gets the ball to Evans. They have a very, very underrated running game. And actually, they're sort of like the Vikings in the sense where they have a strong defense and they have just enough, offensive weapons. So yeah, I think he's at the very least he's a top 10 guy.
Big Don, you got any comments on Baker Mayfield?
I like Baker Mayfield. I always did. I mean, especially when he went to Tampa Bay. I went with him last week. I went with him again this week. But I just think when they get in there with the big boys, you know, when they get a little bit over their head, that's when I ain't gonna go with Tampa Bay. But right now, Tampa Bay look good to me, and I like Baker Mayfield, but I don't see them going up there against the big names.
Right? Can he beat Jordan? Is he better than Jordan Love?
I give him a little credit right there with Jordan Love. I think he's right up there with Jordan Love.
You shake and say yes.
You know, but we start talking about Hurts and Pat Mahomes or Jackson. Now I ain't putting him up there, but I think he can hang with Jordan Love. Bishop shake and say yes. Bishop, is he better? He up there with Jordan Love?
I think he's slightly better than Jordan Love. Just my opinion.
Okay.
In adverse situations, well, I haven't seen it this year, but Jordan Love hasn't proven to me that he can handle adversity. You know, he's only played 2 games, and he's done well in the 2 games. Let's give him credit where credit's due. Jacobs bailed him out, of course, on multiple occasions. But I've seen Mayfield in some pretty strenuous situations where he could have been sacked 7, 8, 9 times in the same game, but managed himself and got what he needed to get done. So yeah, I'd put him on a scale of 1 to 10. I'd drop Jordan Love at 7, but I'd have to put Mayfield at an 8.
All right, go ahead, Larry. Give me another topic. We got on football.
Okay, I'm going back with the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are playing the Texans. Now you got one of the premier quarterbacks for the Texans. he looked good when his freshman year. Okay, he took a step back last year. This is third year. Him going against Mayfield. I think the Buccaneers got the better receivers. I think Texas got about the same defense. I would say the Buccaneers is going to win this game, but the Texans on paper, got the better team.
Okay. Who you want to start with, Larry?
Okay, let's start with Anthony.
Right, Anthony.
I like the Texans. They couple breaks they could have won last week. They still have a lot of offensive line problems. But defensively, they're very, very underrated defensively. I like CJ Stroud. I know he took a step back last year, although they did sneak into the playoffs. I think they need this win. They definitely need this win. You don't want to fall down 0-2. I can see it being a close one, but I'll go with the Texans in this one.
You go with the Texans? All right, who you got next, Larry?
Okay, Bishop, go ahead.
I think I'm gonna ride the Texans myself. My concern with them, and I don't know if they had
bragging on Baker Mayfield a few minutes ago. What's going on?
No. I mean, but you asked who was the better quarterback last time.
All right, I'm just saying,
I thought was the better quarterback. But the Texans have a pretty decent defense. Their corners are suspect, but I think they can play well enough to manage this game and keep the deep ball from, being their nemesis or their Achilles heel. So for this game, I am riding the Texans. They'll win it by 3.
Okay.
And they're at home. They're playing at home too. Am I right? So I'm gonna leave it well known. I'm gonna give it to the Texans because they're playing at home, because their defense can hold down, even as good as Baker Mayfield may be. I'm a ride.
Who you got next? Go ahead, Pastor.
Oh yeah, I'm going with Buccaneers. I think that CJ is good. I think he might have peaked when he first came out. I haven't seen him where he's getting better. I mean, he might have stayed the same, but I love the Texans defense. I like their defense. I like their coach. Got a lot of fire, but I just think that the Buccaneers have a better team. I think that the Buccaneers cornerbacks are better because what's the Texans wide receiver? What's their number one receiver? He's still hurt. He didn't come back yet.
Yeah, he
got hurt last year.
He ain't come back yet.
Yeah, he didn't get back yet, and he's their deep play threat. So I'm going with the Buccaneers because I think the young kid. One thing about Baker Mayfield, he gonna feed the hot hand. They got a double between Mike Evans, and that's gonna leave this rookie on an island out there with somebody. I'm going with Bucks for the upset.
Go ahead, Kendall.
I think Baker Mayfield has more weapons at his disposal, and I think that's the difference. I think CJ Stroud is a wonderful player. Second year in the league, I hope he, steps back up so that he can, have some sort of rivalry with Jaden Daniels. That would be really good for football. But I just think the Buccaneers have too many weapons. Mike Evans, Hall of Fame, one of the greatest receivers to ever play the game. I just think that there's a difference maker there. Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Big Don. Is that you, baby?
Like I said earlier, I already done picked my picks for Sunday already.
Yeah, I got mine in too.
The Buccaneers.
Who you go with?
But I like to ask Bishop.
Who did you go with? The Texans?
Hey,
I went to Bucks.
After hearing about that tight end, the Texans losing, Bishop, you sure you don't want to change your mind?
I
you didn't know about that when you first said it. So I'm
Listen,
giving you an opportunity here to back up.
Listen, I'm gonna say this, Don. My opinion is my opinion, but if I look at I'm looking at my picks, and I actually picked the Buccaneers, but my opinion is still my opinion.
Okay. But you're a smart man. You picked the Buccaneers. Okay, we get it.
But Don, I got to call you after the show. You got to show me how to. I've been trying to get on. I've been on there, but I don't know how to do the picks.
Hey, Jerry, me neither. I need help.
I need help.
At the bottom it says picks.
It says picks.
I know. I seen it. I did all that.
It's weird though. Of course, when you first go in here.
Hold up, both of you talking.
The first one in, I went for the second week. It had the same as the first weeks, but when I hit it, then the second week popped up because I was like, "Oh man, this is redundant." So I went back in, and I said, They got me picking the Jets again. Like, what's going on? But then once you go into week number 2 and you hit it, the second week came up. So I got him in, but I might have to, since I looked at the injury report, I might have to go and change. I know Brock Purdy's not playing for the 49ers this week either, so I picked the 49ers.
I noticed that part, but I'm still going to go with the 49ers.
Yeah, we might have to revisit that one. We might have to revisit that one, Larry.
I'm going to line on that and figure out how to do that thing. Go ahead, Larry. What else you got? Kendall, I got you ready?
Yes.
All right, go ahead, Larry.
Okay, Detroit and Chicago. Detroit got the better team on paper.
Detroit better win. Detroit better win.
But Detroit didn't look too good in their first game
against Green Bay.
Ben Johnson is Detroit's daddy. He made that offense.
Yeah.
So with Ben Johnson coming with Chicago, I picked Detroit, but Ben Johnson know Detroit better than anybody else. What you think? We'll start off with Kendall.
No, but Larry, I'm going with Detroit. I'm thinking Detroit is going to have to bounce back and beat Chicago. I'm not sold on Chicago. I'm not sold on Caleb Williams yet because he was the number 1 overall draft pick over Jaden Daniels, and he played another year. But think about Ben
Johnson, though.
Well, I think I don't know. Maybe we have a situation here like Buddy Ryan when he's at Philadelphia and Chicago, but I just think that Detroit is a better team. I just think Detroit is going to, get him. I think they're going to, play a little bit differently. Like you say, he knows them back and forth. So if you knew that, you may try something different. Still going with Detroit against Chicago.
Okay.
Well, Bishop.
Well, I mean, if you pick against Detroit, you're kind of crazy. Chicago is still a work in progress to me. I like Williams. I love what he does. Their running back seems to be stable, but honestly speaking, I can't take Detroit out of the mix yet because I mean they've still got a lot to prove. Those 2 running backs have not even gotten started yet. Gibbs and Montgomery, they haven't even gotten started yet. They're just warming up. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with Detroit on this one.
Go ahead, Anthony. Did I get you yet?
Yeah, no, yeah, and it's at Detroit too as well. So they'll be back home in their old surroundings and stuff. The Bears still got problems defensively. I like the Lions to bounce back on this one.
I think I'm going with the Lions too. Go ahead, Big Don.
I'm going with the Lions too. If the Lions lose this their season gonna start to fall downhill. They need this game.
Right. They got their pride too. They're from Detroit, the Motor City. They got a little pride. They got to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did I miss? I got you, Pastor Walt, already?
No, you didn't get me.
Go ahead, bro.
I think, it's a must win for Detroit. Detroit looked terrible last week. But like Larry said, man, Ben Johnson built this offense. I mean, this is a homecoming from him. He even refused the job last year so he could stay with Detroit, thinking they were going to go to the Super Bowl. But Aiden Hutchins got hurt. The defense, everybody got hurt. But I wasn't impressed with Detroit against the Packers. I know the Packers were in Green Bay, but Detroit went there last year and beat them in Green Bay. They didn't even show up. They got spanked. So they need to step up. They need to have a big game, and their defense needs to step up. Their defense was hurt last year. That was last year. Hutchinson's back. They need to step up against Chicago. They got a lot of proof. Yep.
Larry, give me a minute, man. Let me just put this up here for a second. This is going to be on October the 4th. Big Don Production. We all know who Big Don is. And Kingdom Media International proudly presents the Jerry Green's Gospel Showcase. I'm Jerry Green. We're going to have as special guest God's favorite, chosen by God, Rose Cloud. She got a big song out that's being played on the radio, both stations. Brother Calvin Cooper from Bridgeport, he got a big song out that's being played on the radio. Yvette Early, Creative Voice. Charlotte Williams coming in, I believe, from Chicago, and Kevin Monroe in Devotion. So come out October the 4th. Tickets are $20, and that's cheap. $20 for a ticket at the Music Back Then Performing Theater at 221 Bull Hill Lane in West Haven. And you can cash app $84 Plymouth. And all the proceeds is going to KMI because we're trying to build up this Media International, our television network. So all the money is going to them. It's not going to my pocket, not going to Don's pocket. So we're going to try to build up Kingdom Media so we can have at least another 2 to 3 years of television for sports talk and everything else. So if anyone that want to support, we appreciate your support. That's going to be on October the 4th, Saturday. Doors open at 5:30, and we're going to start the show at 6 p.m. So come out and be a blessing for the showcase on October the 4th. Go ahead, Larry. Do your thing, bro.
Okay, now the real fun games. Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh.
Okay, the old man looked pretty good. Aaron looked pretty good last game, throwing for 4 touchdowns. His mobility was not great, but on the other hand, you're going against Seattle with Donald. You don't know what you're going to get. And I think the Steelers rush will get to Donald. He'll panic. I think the Steelers going to get another win because of their defense and because of Donald. I think he's already scared. He's already scared before the game starts. So, Donald, we're going with you first this time. Since your quarterback's running.
I went with the Steelers on this, because like you said, I'm going with the old man because he got a lot to prove, and he needs this 2-game back-to-back. So I think Aaron Rodgers is going to do it. I actually think they're going to pull this one off. I don't look for him to go too far now, but I do look for him to get past this one.
I got a question. How's the Steelers' defense? The defense is good, though? The defense
is pretty good. They're about
yeah, I thought so.
Number 5.
I thought so. Go ahead, Bishop.
Well, I went with the Steelers on paper. Is Sam Darnold afraid or scared? Yeah, it's waters he's never surfed before.
He's sweating already.
Okay, we're seeing Sam Darnold from the playoffs already, and we're only 2 games into the season, so I can't ride that. Aaron Rodgers, I was starting to wonder, is that front offensive line that good, or is Rodgers that smart? I think it's a combination. So, yeah, I'm riding the Steelers.
All right, go ahead, Kendall.
Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdowns. Maybe he's trying to prove something. I mean, he went after the Jets because, we all blamed him for taking apart that team, and he actually did it on the field with playing for Pittsburgh. I think that, the last 2 games, Sam Darnold played that deer in the headlights sort of game. Mm-hmm. And I think that Steelers defense, you got Mike Tomlin. He's going to have something for him. He studies. I just think that Aaron Rodgers has more weapons. To me, it's all about the weapons now because the quarterbacks, it just seems like this level of quarterback play is just exceptional all across the board. So I just think it's, what they have at their disposal. And I think that Pittsburgh has a little bit more to work with.
All right, go ahead, Pastor.
Revenge game. DK Metcalf is going back against Seattle. They just got rid of him. So that's going to be a big revenge game for the Steelers. I went with the Steelers. The only reason I went with them because they're at home. I think everything else is pretty much even. Seattle's defense is really good. Mm-hmm. Seattle's defense is really good. But I went with Steelers because they're at home.
Okay. Right, Anthony, who you got, bro?
Yeah, you got to go with the Steelers. Yeah, you got to go with the Steelers here.
You got to go with them?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We hear you.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. I go with the Steelers. Seahawks are still trying to, find out what they're doing offensively and, give Rodgers his credit. Even though the defense gave up a bunch of points to the Jets last week, I think they'll be able to neutralize Seattle.
I'm going with the Steelers too, man. All right, I just got to go on that run your pool and put it in. I'm going with the Steelers, y'all. Pittsburgh Steelers all the way. Go ahead, Larry. Give me another good subject.
Next one, the Falcons versus the Vikings.
Believe it or not, start first.
The Vikings defensive backs. They got 2 of them hurt.
Yeah.
And Penix is on a roll throwing that ball. So even though Vikings are favored, this might be Penix coming out party. You got some people injured, not out there. They're gonna take advantage. So Ernest,
Go for it.
Bishop,
All
Doctor,
right.
come with
Hey,
it.
I'm so glad you said that. Yeah, they're hurt. One is probable, but their backups are just as good. It's going to be Pennett's coming out party to tell you what color grass the Falcons use, whether it's Kentucky bluegrass, tall fescue, or whatever kind of grass there is out there. It's going to be his coming out party. If his receivers don't get open, which you got to remember, Minnesota has not the greatest secondary, but they have a good enough secondary that they can, and they've got some disruptors on that front line now. So yeah, it's gonna be Pennett's coming out party. He's gonna be coming out of the game at some point. That's about it.
All right, who you got next, Larry? Who you want to go next?
Minnesota by 10, by the way.
All right.
Okay, Pastor, go ahead.
Yeah, man. He said it. The Vikings, they're good. But the Falcons, I mean, Penix is a deep ball thrower. That's what he does. That's his specialty. He throws the bombs. And he got some great wide receiver. I mean, London is good. Their tight end is good. The only thing, I don't think that their defense can hold up against the Vikings. The Falcons' defense has been their Achilles heel for a decade. And I think it'll still be the same thing against the Vikings. So I'm going with the Vikings.
All right. Go ahead, Anthony. Or you spoke already, Anthony, on that?
No. I'm echoing what everybody else is saying. Falcons may keep it close for a little bit, but I think the Vikings pull it out.
All right. Go ahead, John.
I picked the Vikings, and I don't even know why.
Well, look, on paper, they got a better team.
I just ride straight. That's what it is. Just one.
Yeah, I like Penix. So he can spin it, man.
Yes, he can.
Yeah.
Who you got, Kendall?
Penix is a great quarterback, and I just think this is one of these situations where J.J. McCarthy inherited a team that he watched. Now, I'm gonna equate J.J. McCarthy to Pat Mahomes. Why? Because he had Alex Smith that he watched for a year. And a lot of times those quarterbacks that sit back and see the game instead of being thrown in the game, I mean, an entire year, he showed what he can do only in one quarter. I think he's feeding off that quarter. I think that receiver is digging him, and he's wearing a captain on his shirt. That's saying a lot. Did you see J.J. McCarthy's shirt? He's literally a captain, second-year player, captain. That's telling me something about him. So I'm going with J.J. McCarthy over Michael Penix, and I absolutely love Michael Penix.
Yeah.
All right. Who did I miss? Did I miss anybody on that topic?
No, you got everybody.
Except for me.
Got everybody.
All right, go ahead, Kendall. Larry, what's your next topic, bro? I know you got a lot of football.
One. I'm
Last
going
one?
the 49ers. The 49ers and the Saints. The go to sleep game. With Purdy is not even playing, so I don't even see the sense of watching the game. Without him, it's a toss-up. So I went for the 49ers because Purdy was on the team. Now, I don't know who to pick. I just might as well leave it because either one ain't got a team. Either one ain't got a quarterback. They sad. Okay, Kendall, go first. What's your thoughts?
Like you said, I'm going to yawn. I didn't put any thought into this game. It means absolutely nothing. I mean, Christian McCaffrey may be playing. Brock Purdy is not playing. And, I think the 49ers are in rebuild stage. The go-to-sleep game, nothing.
You say go to sleep game.
Yeah, nothing.
Go ahead, Pastor.
Yeah, I saw that. They actually got Matt Jones starting. They actually wanted Matt Jones. They wanted to draft him when he came out of. Yeah, right. They wanted him, though. They wanted to draft him, so they finally got him. But I agree, man. I was like, oh, my goodness. I don't know who to pick. This is like and Kittles is out.
Kittles is out for a while, too.
Yeah. McCaffrey's playing, so that's I don't know. It don't even matter. It don't even matter. But I picked the 49ers. I'm gonna stay with them because I just don't see the Saints. They stink. I mean,
Go ahead, Anthony.
And that's got the nerve to be a 1 o'clock game. I don't think any. I don't even think the fans of the team are going to be watching that game. But
Yeah, they bring back the bags again, the Aints.
yeah. Well, put it this way, the 49ers can wear the bags when they're on offense, and then the Saints can wear them when they're on defense because it's just this is one. This is one. What you say it was a go to sleep game. This is more like a who made the potato salad game more than anything.
Here we go. So
they got something to talk about.
Out there, take the Niners. Take the Niners. Pick the Niners just because you got to pick somebody.
Go ahead, Bishop.
I agree. Yeah.
Go ahead, Bishop.
Well, listen, when I can't sleep, I don't do melatonin. But if they put this one on the NFL network, I won't have a problem getting any rest that night. Yeah, but I'm a ride the Saints on a fluke, just on a fluke, and only because they're home. You know, I think I like the 49ers, but I haven't seen anything out of the 49ers that would cause me to change my mind. So I'm just going to, and I'm saying I'm riding the Saints on a fluke. Something wild is going to happen that's going to create a situation that's going to help them to win.
All right, who did I miss? I got you, Don?
No, you missed me. And, I just want to tell that Anthony just stabbed me right in the heart when he talk about the fans won't even watch. Just stab me right in the heart.
Yeah, Don.
Because the reason it hurt so bad because
Okay, Larry.
I'm with the 49ers, and I'm hoping that whatever it is with Matt Jones that they saw that we didn't see, that they saw something that we just didn't see, and it all works out.
All right. Well, this is our Sports Talk, the Friday night edition. I'm Dr. Jerry Green, along with Big Don for Big Don Production. My brother-in-law, Larry Pearson, all the way in Maryland. We had one of the greatest bishops in the world, Bishop Ernest Richard Jr., on his way to Nigeria next week. Him and his lovely wife, First Lady Sharon. Also, we have the sports legend, Anthony McLean, one of the greatest pastors in the world, from Basileia, Walter Teague, and every moment move, every time this guy steps on in front of a camera, the moments start moving. Kendall Tyson. But Anthony, you want to talk about the fight? I know we got 10 minutes.
Yes.
Hey, man. Yeah. How would you compare this fight with the Sugar Ray Leonard and Duran, Ali and Fraser? Let's say whoever. How would you compare
Hearns Hagler? Oh, yeah.
Hearns Hagler.
I think the great thing is you're getting both of them at the top of their game. How long has it been since we've had a fight where we've had two guys where they were literally and figuratively at the top of their game?
Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns.
Yeah, it's probably and even
that
before
far.
that, go back to maybe the first Ali Fraser fight. Yeah,
and Duran and Sugar Ray, they was at the peak.
Well, I'm saying Hearns was after, wasn't? No, he was before.
Yeah, Hearns was after that.
Yeah.
This. I mean, I'm being a little premature, but I think this could be depending on how decisive whoever wins tomorrow. I think we're looking at a part 2 already. If we're just going by just like by the hype and how close a lot of people think this fight's going to be. This is one of those ones to me. I know Kendall may elaborate on it more. This is one of those ones where styles are going to make fights. This has the makings where if both of them are doing what they're doing, this could be a classic. I saw that Crawford came in at 167. This is the biggest he's been ever in his career. You just hope for his sake that he doesn't lose any speed. I'm going to go with Crawford. It's probably a decision because Canelo's the champ. So you're gonna have to beat him. If it comes down to a close fight in Vegas, the champ always usually gets it. But I like Crawford tomorrow.
Except for Marvin Hagler, the time when he lost.
Marvin Hagler.
All right.
All right, go ahead, Kevin. You might fight.
Okay, yeah. Listen. At this stage of the game, let's just talk about from the very beginning. Saul Canelo Alvarez has been a pro since he was 15 years old. When he faced Floyd Mayweather, for one of his losses, the other loss was a light heavyweight, but that really didn't count. The only loss that really counts on his record is the loss against Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather said to this man, "You are the up and coming." Terrence Bud Crawford is an undefeated fighter. Now, as a amateur, he was 70-12. As an amateur, Canelo Alvarez never fought as an amateur. These guys are catching each other at the best possible time. And when you look at the body weight of the 13 pounds that Terrence Crawford caught, he stepped his game up. This is, like I say, styles make fights. This is what it is. It is what it is. It's very exciting. It's exciting for boxing. Like no one's avoiding anybody for any money. These are the best two fighters stepping up. I mean, there was a time in which Triple G was a good fighter against Alvarez, and Alvarez got rid of him and did it again. But this is the fight for most people to watch. And the thing with these guys is that they're both technical fighters. It's the beauty of boxing. It's a toss-em. I'm hoping Bud Crawford gets rid of him. But Alvarez, I mean, pretty much, it is what it is. This is boxing. Definitely. It will be the most watched boxing event on Netflix. I'm sure of that. It'll probably be, as they're saying, the third most watched boxing match in history. And you know, Mayweather has those records because you have more access of watching it right now. You know, so, and it's free. Not free, but Netflix. It's not pay-per-view. So.
Tell you how big it is, Kendall. I'm gonna be studying tonight, so I don't have to study tomorrow for Sunday. So that's how big it is.
Listen,
yeah,
it's
man.
so big.
This is
It's
a
so
fight,
big.
man. You know, this is styles make fights.
Fight.
You know,
Yes.
Canelo is a bully. Bud is a counterpunch expert. You know, the thing is, hopefully he don't lose his power. You know, getting it going up. You know, it reminds me a lot of Sugar Ray when he went up to fight Hagler. You know, because Canelo's the bully. You know, he's the power puncher. Bud's a counter puncher, but he can still punch. I don't know if he can hurt Canelo. You know, I don't know if Bud can hurt him, but he might can out counter punch him. He's faster than him. So it's going to be a great fight. I can't wait.
Hey, listen, that fight is so great. My wife and I are planning our naps.
You know what? That goes to show you where we are.
They probably will get the ring until about 11:30 midnight, hopefully.
Hey, you're gonna mess up your milk and cookie session.
Yeah, we go. Hey.
Go ahead, Bishop. Go ahead.
I told my wife, I said, after this, I gotta stay up here. I gotta study tonight. I ain't staying up Saturday watching the fight.
I ain't mad at you, but
go ahead, Bishop.
I'll say this, and I'm not very well versed on them, so I'm gonna throw this statement out there, and I hope it covers what I'm trying to say. I want to know who has the most glass in their jaw, and that's all I really want to know.
Neither.
Well, I'm just saying, who has the most? You say,
well, you don't know, Kendall. You got to learn in the fight.
Basically, they're going to go all of it. They're going to go through the full scale. What was it, 12 rounder, something like that?
Yeah, 12 now.
Okay, so whoever, they're going to run the full gamut. But all it's going to take is that one punch to cause somebody to stand up and say, which way did he go? So let's wait and see what happens. I plan to watch the fight because, I mean, I haven't heard too many great fights. Listening to you guys, this is one I'm going to probably want to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to try to.
Yeah, you want to watch this here.
Hey, but Kendall, you remember when Sugar Ray and Tommy Hearns, the first fight?
Of course, at the Coliseum.
When Sugar Ray hit him with the uppercut, Tommy buckled. Now they go to show Tommy had a glass jaw. From that point on, I mean, everybody knew he had a glass jaw. So one fight just to prove you got a glass jaw or not.
Sugar Ray put it right through the ring.
Right. Even with Mike Tyson with Buster Douglas.
That's it.
He knocked him out. I mean, you could be a tough guy. But my question is, I'm still puzzled why these fights are not so publicly big like the fight back in the day.
Because you have other things that are going on. Back in the day, they didn't have MMA. Wrestling wasn't so big. So you have a lot of competition now. You know, so it's just...
You got social media too. You got everything out there now.
Yeah, but boxing is just using of the hands. When you're watching these MMA things, these guys are using elbows and knees. So you got a whole lot more interest now of the MMA than it is of boxing. And wrestling is big.
Noise. Don't forget that part. You got medias. I mean, you got back in our day, we had ABC, NBC, HBO.
CBS.
You have at CBS,
Yeah.
you have at least 50 different outlets now. So trying to keep up with this for the general
Yeah.
could be the problem. I don't know. I'm just saying.
But this is one. This is one that would definitely draw because this is even the fringe fighter. Just watching Crawford climb the ladder and all that. But like Kendall said, now I'm in the MMA. I didn't watch it for a while. I started following Izzy until he got beat. Then I started following the other guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's now you got the fighting nerds and all them guys are there. Yeah, it's good. But this is one that you like. Well, I'm gonna watch this one.
Yeah, you gotta see this one.
I wouldn't
It's
even known
ironic.
about
It's
this fight
ironic.
if you guys didn't bring it up tonight. I wouldn't even know. But MMA, I've been watching for a while.
Okay.
That I like because
Yeah.
you know somebody gonna get hurt in MMA. But
Because you know someone's gonna get hurt.
You can't avoid that.
you know somebody gonna get hurt, man. These guys are out to really.
Hey, listen, I don't watch a lot of MMA, but I know what I have seen when suddenly a knee strike just puts you flat on your back and you look like a deer in headlights. You're like,
Go ahead, Anthony. What are you saying?
What's interesting is one of the co-promoters for this fight is Dana White. So even they acknowledge that this is a pretty big deal here. So yeah.
It's a big deal, but I'm not hearing. If you guys will talk about it, I'm not hearing too much about the fight. Maybe I'm.
No, you're not watching television, brother. That's all they're talking about.
I watch
I watch a lot of television, and I ain't hear nothing.
I'm on social media too. I'm watching TV. Kendall, I'm watching TV. I know what Bishop said back then. We had 3 channels, and we had Wide World of Sports. But even then, everybody knew who was fighting, when they was fighting, and everybody was ready for that fight. Nowadays, with all this access, I'm not hearing too much about these fights.
I guess for me, I'm watching it. I'm watching Netflix and I'm watching the workouts and stuff like that. So for me, I'm all psyched. I'm into it.
Okay. All right.
It's just so many options. It's so many options, Jerry. That's like I remember back in the day, I used to have do the stats and everything for baseball. I haven't watched not one baseball game. I didn't even watch the World Series.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, it's just so many other choices. Before you didn't have, too many choices. I used to love like the Big Red Machine and all that.
Yes, I remember that.
Bob's doing the people. They got to be like Aaron Judge or Otani for me to even know who they are. Them other guys, I couldn't even tell you what team he played on.
But
I was gonna say, as a Met fan, I watched the Met Phillies game, and I'm saying, why did I stay up to even try to watch this? They up 4-0. Next thing you know, they down 6-4. I said, I had enough.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, Bishop. I'm a Met fan too, so that makes 2 of us that were watching the game.
Yeah, well, this is what. Hey, listen, I ordered a new batch of pain pills, so I'll say.
But Bishop, back in the day, I remember when it was a Super Bowl game or a football game where Mike Tyson was fighting Michael Spinks. They had both fighters up there talking about the fight, and when you had a national audience right there, who was up there talking about the fight, and Mike said if something about something about knocking him out. Interesting. You don't see none of that no more. Even with all these Monday Night Football games, wouldn't it be nice to have them 2 fighters up there to talk about? Yeah, we're gonna fight and blah blah. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, did I ever tell you guys a story about a neighbor of mine? They got a limousine, bought tickets. They were like in the 7th or 8th row for that Tyson Spinks fight. And they paid for the preliminary fights. And then my friend, they were in the row where they didn't give you service, beer service or beverage service right there. He was like one couple of rows back from that. So he decides just at the start of the Tyson fight to go get a drink. Okay. And he heard the bell ring and the introductions. Took him a couple of seconds to get to it. By the time he got his drink and got back to his seat,
the fight
was over.
But you know what was crazy? He had an hour before Spinks.
That's the point. That's the point, Don. He had an hour before that actual fight. I'm thinking for the money he spent for limousines and for tickets and all this, that, the hotel and everything. Dude, you should have just waited because it was coming on HBO a couple of weeks later.
Yeah. Well, let me say this. I watch a lot of sports centers too. Why they ain't putting the boxing up there? Sports centers supposed to cover all that stuff. And I don't see it up there.
The sad thing is boxing has gone the way of like track and field and horse racing and all of them. And plus, you don't have shows like, you had the CBS Sports Spectacular back in the day, ABC's Wide World of Sports, NBC had Sports World. Now, I mean, now it's basically, if it's not, say, the big three, football, baseball, or basketball, they treat it like a surface nuisance. And even as big a fight as this is, like you said, there's a lot of people. There were a couple people this week where I said, you watching the fight Saturday night? I said, what fight?
What?
Right.
And
But the biggest thing is it costs money.
Yeah.
If you want to put your stuff out there, you got to pay the money. And the boxers not paying all that money for all this airtime to put that. They can make it happen. They pay the money. They can make it happen. Just like
money.
NFL and college
Larry,
football, they putting millions out there.
Let's throw one other thing out there. Don King's not involved, but go ahead.
There you go. I would say that. Right.
Yeah. And see,
but Mike Crawford is
he's the new Don King.
For years. He was an offensive fighter when he first started. He just tried to knock people out. Then after a while, he got smart, and he said, "I ain't got to take all these blows." And that's when he became more of a defensive fighter, And he take his shots when they open, But Crawford is a very smart fighter, and I think he'll take him.
Well, I'm gonna watch that fight tomorrow. I'm gonna watch Crawford tomorrow.
The other thing, Jerry, UFC does just enough free stuff and just enough pay-per-view where they keep the fan base. Boxing, they still like Larry said, they still make you pay for every fight. Now, most people have Netflix, so this is more of a promotion for Netflix than it is for boxing.
So this fight gonna be on Netflix tomorrow night?
Netflix.
Okay, I got Netflix.
Netflix is trying to be a player in sports. They had
the Mike Tyson fight with
That wasn't a fight. They had the Mike Tyson expedition.
So Kendall, what do you think about?
You can't use your left hand, man. That ain't no fight.
So Kendall, what do you think about Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather? I heard.
That's a farce to me. That's a farce. I mean, it's money. It's going to draw the names. It's a money to me.
But why would Floyd Mayweather want to fight Mike Tyson? Though, anyway.
Just for money. For money.
Ain't nobody gonna get hurt in that fight.
Yeah, nobody getting hurt there.
But who's gonna pay for it though?
We are the public. We're gonna watch it.
Not we, you, not me.
Not we. No, not we. I'll watch it because I can watch it. They don't have to pay
if it's free, I'll watch it after they fight.
And I ain't gonna watch it. I don't take melatonin to sleep, but I ain't watching that one.
Yeah, that one's going out. Yeah, that's a farce.
It's gonna be a good fight, though. It's gonna be a good fight, man. And like you said, at least Alvarez, I still think he's on the decline. I mean, he's still a great fighter, but a lot of his fights now are much closer than they used to be. And I just think Bud is peaking.
Yeah.
I just don't know if picking up all that weight, because he's moving up to Alvarez's class.
From 154 to 168. He weighed at 167, gained 13 pounds. Not really. It is a lot, but not really. Sugar Ray moved up a bunch of weight. Yeah. Manny Pacquiao moved up 5 or 6 times.
Yeah. Well, Bud did too. He moved up a couple times.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question, Kendall? Whatever happened to Aaron Pryor?
Aaron Pryor was bad for boxing. There was too much blood. He was just vicious. Nobody wanted to fight him. Aaron Pryor was just a mess. Whenever you think of Aaron Pryor's fight, can't sell them to the public. You got him and Vito Antuofermo just blooding each other up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was just too violent. We had Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard was out there. Thomas Hearns, all the nice fight. Roberto Duran. Aaron Pryor was just your cousin, the thug that fights in the backyard. And
I heard him, Bishop. You know what I think? I heard him too that night when the guy said, "Give me the bag, the one I mix." Aaron Pryor when he was fighting.
Yeah.
The one I mix. I think that.
Now, I'm going to ask you this question, Kendall, because you can answer this. I guess, and I guess Anthony does boxing too. You heard about him in the Olympics, but After he got out of the Olympics, Pernell Whitaker.
Pernell was really good for a long
He
period of
was
time.
good.
He was good.
Sweet Pea was good for a long time.
Evaporate.
No, he went out. I mean,
Or he was definitely in that discussion, pound for pound for a while.
yeah,
But later in his career, he lost a couple, and then unfortunately got into some drugs. Unfortunately, later,
Yeah.
after it was, it happens. Unfortunately, he was in that same best fighter
conversation
pound
for a while. Yeah,
absolutely.
Sweet Pea. Yeah.
Yeah, Sweet Pea.
Well, listen, it's 7:06. I'm going to keep you guys all night. I know you guys like to talk sports. And, Pastor said he got to study because he's not going to study tomorrow night. So I don't want to.
Hey, Jerry, I got to go watch this.
Hey, listen, hey, Jerry.
Yeah.
He's a pastor studying. He should have him close us out. You know what I mean? He got the Bible with him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, I gotta go watch the horseshoe tournament. So yeah.
Horseshoe tournament.
You watch that over boxing?
No, it ain't no horseshoe tournament. I just said that.
I know that.
So, Pastor, you want to close out
There
tonight?
is a cornhole tournament for real.
Cornhole tournament, huh? Amen. Father God, we just thank and praise you, Lord, for this day. We thank and praise you for this another great opportunity to come together, God, to fellowship, to come together and talk about sports, but just to have fellowship, sweet communion with our brethren and with you, God. We thank and praise you for how you watch over us all week long, God. We thank and praise you for the visionary of this great work, God, that we can get together, laugh and talk and communicate one with another and give you all the glory, all the honor.
The glory.
Father God. We thank you that you are God, and besides you, there is none other, God. We thank and praise you for every family that's represented here tonight. We ask that you bless them with supernatural blessing, God. Give them spiritual blessings, financial blessings, and healthy blessings, Father. Continue to heal Brother Jerry Green. Continue, Father God, to work in his life, God. Continue to touch Brother Larry Pearson's daughter, God. Continue to work in their bodies right now, God. We know, Father God, that you are Jehovah Rapha, God. We thank you for being Rapha in their lives, Father God. We give you all glory, give you all honor and all praise. And as we leave this telecast, but never your presence, continue to watch over and protect us and give us traveling mercies as we go to our destinations. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
You have an amazing study tonight. Wow.
Yeah, Pastor Wall, I do want to say that thank you for the encouraging words today on the phone too, man.
Amen. Yes, sir.
Pastor
You
Wall,
know I love you, Jerry. I love you, buddy. Yeah, you gotta get that rest, man. You can't go nowhere, man.
That's right. That's right.
South Carolina took a little bit out of you, probably.
And Jerry, that's why I didn't come there. With a cold, I'm not gonna go near you. Kidding me? I love you. Kidding me?
All right. Yeah, I can
Don't come near me with one either.
Give me a
Hey, look, we gotta get in touch with Bruce though. What's up with these Fridays, man? I know he said last Friday he was home.
Hey, no, he told me he wasn't sure if he was coming on.
I don't
celebrate that birthday.
I want to, Bruce, if you're watching, I want to let you know we still offer counseling for Cowboy fans.
Bruce is good. He's gonna win this week. They playing the Giants, so he gotta win.
If they don't win, I don't think he's gonna
on Tuesday.
Listen.
Well, I won't be on Tuesday. I got to go for a colonoscopy on Wednesday. So my brother and Dono, you guys got to hold the phone down. But I do want to say I love the show. When I'm not on, I watch it, and you guys are fantastic. Keep up the great work, man. I mean, if this show is going to blow up, it's going to blow up, man. We're just a Christian show, so we don't do no cursing and swearing like some other shows, but this show going to blow up in the Lord, and God's getting the glory out of this show, y'all.
Amen.
That's the ultimate, man. It's your vision, man. We ain't gonna let you down, but
that's right, brother.
All right. God bless.
Listen, all of us go back 40, 50 years. I mean, for the Christian league, so it ain't something.
Hey, Anthony said that me and him go back with the dinosaurs, so that's a little bit more than 40, 50 years.
And they see it WYDC.
Jerry, last time I was at Pastor T Church, y'all know I told the story, so I'll tell it to Larry and to Kendall. We were talking about a time when Agape Christian Center, that's the church we went to at the time, was in the championship game.
Yeah.
Like 10 seconds left in the game, and they were guarding Little Rose, and I mean they were guarding him heavy too. They left me at the top of the key all by myself. He passed the ball to me, and the first thing in my mind is shoot from the 3-point line. I got ready to go down to get ready to shoot, and I heard no. Master T was the coach there. I laugh about that because you know how that thing plays in your mind. I could have been a hero.
Donald. Hey, Donald. If Roscoe Sheffield would have listened to me say no, we would have beat y'all in the other league.
There you go.
When we was up and Roscoe shot, got fouled, and went to overtime down and then beat us and stayed undefeated.
But let me tell the story too, Anthony Kendall. This team beat us 3 times in the regular season assembly. We could not beat them, and we had to play them in the finals. And Walt was the coach, and we beat them. The only time we beat them was that final game. And Walt came
matter, Jerry.
Oh no, but Walt came up with a strategy. If we jump on them early and put them behind, and they fell apart. They couldn't handle it.
No, so I put Jerry on their point guard.
Nice.
I put Jerry on their point guard, and I told him stay with him wherever you go. Jerry, but all he could dribble is one way. Jerry had great defense. Shut him down, and we won the game, won the title.
And I got my only championship, Kendall. I only got 1 championship. Thanks to Pastor Walt. Mr. Ernest, Donald was on the team. I got my only.
You guys ain't talking about who made that last shot.
No, you know, that was the one against Booker. You made that shot against Booker. His team. That was a different one. No, because we were losing. And that same team that we beat 3 times in the regular season had us down, all right, in the playoffs. They were ready to beat us. And Donald hit the big shot, all right, against that team that we won the game in the final shot. And I was like, oh, man, we can't let them guys beat us. And remember,
Hey, Don. You had to let them know who hit that last shot.
That was a different game I was talking about, I guess.
You had your one shining moment, right?
Yeah.
All right, you guys. I want to say,
I wanted everybody to know I wouldn't like Bishop. I took that last shot.
Don, I would have told you no, Don. I would have said, shoot it, D.
All right, you guys.
Everything.
All right, man.
And when I heard
when you going to Nigeria?
Part was, it's like y'all ever seen that? What's that paper towel commercial when the juice is dripping down and everything? No, this is what I see now. But you know what? I still appreciate you guys, that Christian Basketball League, and all that took place, man. I wouldn't know half of y'all if it weren't for that league. And don't worry, Larry. If they have any tournaments in Maryland, I'll be there to help you out, bro.
I got people asking me about the league. I got people asking me now about the league, about starting. Not too old now. I mean, but it was a nice league.
Hey, all you do is cut it down from from 12 minutes, cut it down to 6 minutes with water breaks in between every minute and a half.
But we was on television back then and everything, CTV television. So a lot of guys became stars, local stars again within the league that we all formed. It wasn't just me. All of us did it. So we
okay.
Who did I lose? Oh, Pastor Will.
Pastor, yeah, he got to study, man.
All right, listen.
He had to study because he want to watch the fight tomorrow. So yeah, make
sure. Yeah, I got to study.
And you guys look up my newsletter because Anthony's in the newsletter.
Okay.
All right.
Today's Friday, at least by if not tomorrow, at least by Monday, it'll be out. You guys have a first one. Have a good show Tuesday.
All right.
All right.
Have a great
one.
Don't worry.